Thank you very much. Let's put this over here. Just to introduce myself real quick, I'm from Laie, Kuku graduate, BYU Hawaii graduate. I have a degree in business management. I have a master's in marketing, and I'm an adjunct faculty here. So, been doing the competitions this is beginning of end of my second year doing this, so we're getting a little better, I think. So I just I'm really glad you're here. We're hoping that this competition will be something that will be great benefit to you as you go through it and as you learn new things. So the idea behind Empower Your Dreams is that we're gonna build on great ideas. So Great Ideas was based on ideas. We didn't expect quite as deep a dive into what your business will be, but for Empower Your Dreams, we've added more. So more depth, more work, more research. We do not measure by revenue. Okay, so we want to measure by viability. We want you to show us that this business could work. So pretend you're building a business plan for an investor or investors. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to have the business already running. You are pitching. And so that's kind of what we're doing. Some of you may have businesses that you already are working on, and you can build on that as well. It can be an existing business that you're working on. It's just that we don't ask for revenue. So there's a couple of reasons for that. Well, actually, one main reason is because we want to make sure that we have a level playing field. We have our international students are not able to legally earn from their own business here in the United States, right? You have very specific places where you can earn a wage, and then our domestic side, they are able to do that. So we wanted to make everything very level. The other thing that we do is we don't give cash prizes. We give prizes as scholarships. So you will receive a scholarship. There are no restrictions on these scholarships, so you can pull them out as cash. Okay, whatever you need to do with them, you are free to do with these scholarships. So I'm going to tell you, just to get you excited about what we're doing, what the amount of prizes are that we're giving this year. So we have 3 places that you earn scholarship for. There are 10 finalists. The 7 finalists get smaller amount for a participation scholarship. So the grand prize winner gets $6,000. If you are a team, you will split that $6,000, okay? So second place gets $5,000, again, split among the team. Third place gets $4,000, split among the team. The other 7 finalists will each individually, whether you're part of a team or an individual, get a $500 participation scholarship. So we want to make sure that everybody gets something, okay? All right, so I'm going to take you through a little PowerPoint presentation, kind of a little overview of the competition. We will have some questions afterwards based on the competition, based on the presentation. Please hold your questions until then, and then we have 2 mics here where we'll have you come up and ask questions. I will ask you some questions. This book is called Anti-Time Management. It's by Richie Norton, who is an alumni of this school, and he's a best-selling international author who lives out in the North Shore. Very well known. This is his latest book. It's awesome. We gave this to all the finalists last year. And so I have some extra ones. I thought we'd start out by giving you guys some. So I have 3 to give out tonight. And questions will come from the presentation. Okay. So this is the Willis Center. This is, Willis Center sponsors this. This is funded by and our sponsors by Ed and Shauna Smith, right? We have Shauna in our Great Ideas as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this for you. So the Willis Center and this supports the mission of BYU Hawaii. That's very important to understand. The Willis Center for International Entrepreneurship Business Competitions aims to align with the mission of BYU Hawaii, which is to prepare students to be disciples of Jesus Christ and leaders as they work to build the church, raise families, and strengthen communities. These competitions provide students with practical experience, networking opportunities, and real-world business insights that enable them to develop critical thinking, problem-solving, teamwork, and communication skills. The competitions also serve as a platform for students to showcase their talents, enhance credibility, foster personal growth, and promote creativity, innovation, and strategic risk-taking. Engaging in these competitions empowers students to learn, grow, and thrive as they are prepared to serve their families and communities. This statement is also in the rule book. The objectives of the Willis Center: increase testimonies in the gospel of Jesus Christ, provide entrepreneurial knowledge, skills, and leadership, and build a team of entrepreneurs who can teach with the Spirit of God. There is a recent interview with Elder Bednar. It was the Utah Silicon Slopes, yes. And he was asked in that interview, like, what would he do differently if he were running a business rather than being an apostle? He says, I wouldn't change anything I do right now. That what he does as apostle fits perfectly with how you run a business. So keep that in mind. There's no separation, right, between like outside of church, following our Savior, the Spirit, every moment of our lives. So keep that in mind as you work on this as well. As we go through the kind of nuts and bolts of the competition, also keep in mind your integrity, following the rules, and following them with exactness. And we'll give you some examples of that as we go through. So there are only 3 things that you got to do in this competition, right? You agree to follow the rule book. You complete the entry application. All of these are very important. And number 3, you're going to submit a slide deck that has a video embedded. So the slide deck is going to be no more than 15 slides. Within the course, when you go into it, and I'm not going to go into it in this presentation, there are 15 things that we have listed for you to cover for the competition submission. Each one doesn't need its own slide. It can be together however it means, but no more than 15 slides, okay? You won't make it to the semifinals if you do 16. You can do 14, you can do 15 or less, okay? Embedded with a 2-minute video, 2 minutes and 1 second, and you will not be considered for the semifinals. Please keep that in mind. We had a couple of complaints where people came and said, but it's 2 minutes in my Canva video. It's when I uploaded to YouTube. YouTube made it go 2 minutes and 1 second. But that's what was submitted, was a 2-minute and 1 second video. And that's the break-off. So my strong suggestion to you would be, make your videos 1 minute and 58 seconds. Like, just don't get to the edge. It's totally unnecessary. So this is what we want you to do. This is the embed video, because we had trouble with this last year, and that's entirely my fault in terms of giving out good instructions. So you're going to embed it with an MP4 file, and then at the very top there you can see a YouTube video link. So you're going to upload your video to a private YouTube and make sure that the link is available to anyone who clicks on the link, but we're going to have both, and it just makes sure that we'll be able to see the videos. So this is so it took me about 10 minutes to do this in Canva. Yours will be a little different, of course. This is just a templated little video. But for you, you will have that less than 2 minutes. This is your minimum viable product. This is about your company. This is your pitch to the judges. Okay, this is part of your pitch deck. So you've got your slides and you have this video. Very important. The other thing that we're going to do with the video is it will also be posted on the Willis Center Empower Your Dreams website. We get asked all the time. We want to see what the businesses are. So do good with this. I can tell you that 100% of the time, the person who sat in their dorm room, low light, tank top on, talking into the camera, didn't make it to semifinals based on judges, not us, okay? So we do not grade as the competition team. We don't grade yours. We are not deciding what the judges see. Everything you do, you follow all of these instructions, you will go on to the first round of judging. And then the judges will determine whether you make it to the semifinals or not. Semifinals are determined by a score, and you must meet a minimum score, okay? So we will get that information to you. It's not part of this presentation. Each team member, if you have more than one member on your team, no more than 4 people, you must each complete this first part, those 3 steps. So you can submit the same presentation, okay? The application will be a little different that you put in, and it's a form you'll fill out because we need your name, we need your student ID, we need your email. Please keep in mind, because we are now using forms from Teams, Microsoft 365, as the school is asking us to do, you must use your official BYU Hawaii email because you have to log into it. Okay, so if you use your Gmail or that type of thing, you won't be able to enter the competition because the application won't be accepted. Okay, and then once the assignment is complete, we are in the process of getting the t-shirts made, but as soon as those 3 things are done, you can get your t-shirts. Actually, yeah, okay. And then we have liveplan.com business licenses. You get a 3-month license. Willis Center will provide that and pays for that cost. You don't have to use LivePlan. You can choose not to. Brother Wilson, Paul Wilson, has vetted a whole bunch of different business software programs. He says liveplan.com is the best, hands down. LivePlan is used by Fortune 500 companies down to little, startups. So you have that available to you. Judging criteria is very simple. We have an open category. There are no separate categories. It's all open. You're all competing against each other. So we want to make sure that the business supports the mission of BYU Hawaii. Go read that mission. The target area is the target area of BYU Hawaii, which is the Pacific and the Asia Rim. Hawaii is part of that target area, just as an FYI. Is the business sustainable? Does the value proposition clearly speak to the problem and the benefit to the customer? And your presentation is clear, clarity in speech and slides. So you start with your slides until you get to actual presentations, effective use of time, and it responds. If I go look at that, or a judge looks at your presentation, I get it. I had some questions about how you're going to serve your customer, but you've answered my questions in your presentation. All of that will help you, okay? Clearly speak to the problem, benefit to the customer. These are our judges. We have Corey Blake, who's actually alumni of BYU Hawaii. He was also an entrepreneur in residence here. He actually was a judge a year and a half ago. He works for Boncom. Boncom is the digital marketing arm of the church. He is their senior brand director globally. Okay, second person is David Wu. David Wu has also been a judge here previously, a couple of years ago. He just graduated with his master's from the New York University. This is huge. He was a fellow as well. Lots of stuff there. Spencer Gu is from LIEA, and he was chosen as an operator for Chick-fil-A. Give you a little bit of context there. Chick-fil-A gets over 100,000 applicants a year who want to become operators of Chick-fil-A. You can also get through within the company. They have ways for people who work for them who start working there to work their way into being an operator. Spencer was an outsider, part of that 100+ applications, and I think there's about 100-ish that are chosen. And he's from LIEA, Kahuku graduate. Graduated from BYU though, we don't hold it against him. So he's going to be one of our judges. Patrick and Joanne Ormond are also both alumni of BYU Hawaii. They come to APCC every year. Some of that you may have met them. They are originally from Australia. They have a company in the Philippines that they've run for 15 plus years. And so they're going to come and be guest judges for us. Micaiah is like fanboying over here. He's like so excited. Okay. Competition opens today. Okay, so we will give you the QR code. Submission is due March 13th. So you have until then to get that done. All right, we are also, I should say, on times when things are due, if it says 11:59 and your timestamp says midnight, you are not considered as being part of the competition anymore, okay? Filling out the application part, as long as you filled out everything and done everything, even if you don't move on, you don't get your score high enough, your video was too long, you submitted it 2 seconds late, you still get a t-shirt, okay? You still get a t-shirt for that, just applying for that. So that, we want to make sure that you get that.
Wait, you said it's due March 13th, so that means 11:59 March 12th.
No.
11:59 March 13th.
Yes. Okay, so you have that full day. Yeah. Well, that would be midnight if it were March 13th, right? To make it March 13th. Yeah. So I would have to make it due on midnight instead of 11:59. So yeah. 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 It's March 13th. Okay. So we have some upcoming, so we have some workshops that we're hoping will be helpful to you as you build your business plan, advanced business model innovation, strategic marketing and growth strategies, building resilient supply chain and operations, and market analysis and investor pitching. And then we will have on March 20th is our announcement. We'll talk about presenting, and then we will announce the semifinalists live. Those who made the semifinalists. Now, something to keep in mind for the semifinalists, we cannot have more than 40 teams, and it's constrained by the space that we have for the booth showcase. These are fire marshal rules, okay? So we can only have 40 teams. And for the last 2 competitions, we have not had 40 teams meet the minimum score. So we've had like 36 or 35. So we will not fill up to 40 if the minimum score is not met. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So this QR will take you to the course. Aiden Elmer, who's over here in the lavender hoodie, this is his email on here. He's the guy to contact for the live plan license, which only the team leader will be able to request for the team, because all of you can be put into it and work together. You can also invite other people to come in and help you. You can have collaborators, mentors, whoever you want coming into live plan to help you. Okay, here's the competition schedule. So it's a little different. We've moved to April rather than March. Even our open Thursday, where we don't have class, has been moved to April. We are doing this in partnership with APCC and the University Research Conference. So we're excited about that. We did this last year, and we're excited to have more of a conference kind of feel. So we've changed the competition from being 2 days to 3. Okay, so April 2nd, our booth showcase will be from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. instead of from 10:30 or 10 to 12, because we've been told that we have to go to devotional. We can't have anything happening during devotional. So that's what we have on here. 8:30 to 10:30, booth showcase. This is the private booth showcases where the judges will be judging. We'll all go to devotional, including the judges. We won't be doing any judging or anything like that during devotional. Noon to 1 p.m. will be lunch. We feed all of the semifinalists at the booth showcase, and the judges will eat and go into deliberations. We will have the public showcase from 1 to 3, and we will announce the finalists at the end of the public booth showcase. Okay? Yes, on Tuesday. Wednesday will be focused on APCC. The whole day is APCC. Want to make sure that you can go to the career fair. We want to make sure we are hoping to be more involved with that. Some of our judges will be involved with that. It's going to be a really great thing. And then there's assorted APCC events during that day. At the end, at 4 to 6 p.m., we're going to have a networking event. Those of you who are part of Great Ideas last semester, similar to that, except we are partnering with APCC and URC. So all of those participants will be part of this networking. We'll have poo-poos, to eat, not a full dinner. in that, and we'll do that together with them. On the 4th will be the same kind of schedule that we've had in the past. Finalist presentations in the morning, judges deliberating in between there, 2 to 3 p.m. award presentations, 4 to 6 p.m. we'll have a finalist celebration. Okay. We want to give you as much help as possible. We have Elder Wadman, who's sitting over here in the teal aloha shirt. Get the picture of this QR code, please. This is how you can hit, this is his calendar, so that you can schedule a time to sit down and talk with him. So Elder Wadman is a lifelong entrepreneur. He's built a couple of temples, more than a couple? Yeah, so he's all kinds of good stuff, all right? So you want to talk to Elder Wadman. He's also going to be, along with a partner, the presenter of our last workshop. Okay, we had standing room only at his workshop last semester, so you want to go see that. Disclosure, we reserve the right to make any necessary changes at any time. Changes will be reflected in the current rule book. You are also signing, when you do this part of the application, that you understand that changes can be made, but we will notify you that those have been made. Okay, so we want to make sure join the competition today. This is also the link to the course. All right, so I wanted to get that all the way, and then I would like to take any questions. Yes, come up to the mic.
This sounds awesome. So does your first submission with the shedding stuff, does that have any influence on, say, after the food showcase? Like, does that affect anything after that, other than getting the
So what happens is there's a first round of judges, and we make sure that those judges are 100% online. So they aren't associated, like none of them teach here at the school, none of them live here in the community. They're almost 100% off island. And so those judges will decide which of you, and they score, they will decide which of you move on to the semifinals. So it's very important because it's what gets you past the first round. Then if you're chosen for the semifinals, you will have, I think you have a week and a half to adjust that presentation for the finalist presentation. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions? While you're thinking, if you can come up and name 3 judges at one of the mics, you get a book. Okay. Well, you can, I mean, you have your information ready. 3.
So Corey, David Wu, and Spencer.
Okay, good job. There you go. All right, thank you. Okay, just the one on that one. Thanks for coming up, though. Awesome. Okay, any questions? Yes.
And I was wondering, so the business has to address the education and mission of this university, right?
So it supports the mission of the university, right? So basically you're supporting this area, that businesses that are in this area.
Yeah, addressing the problems that university right?
Yes.
Solve, because that's what we
Yes.
do here. So I definitely working on that, but you said that has to be in the Pacific area.
Or Asian rim.
Asian,
Yeah.
even close to any of that. And my idea definitely it's like Guatemala. So I'm trying to address problems that they have like that all
Right.
this university.
Would you be able to take that same business idea and set it up so that it does address the target area, and then be able to take that idea back to Guatemala and use the same thing? But you could build it in a way that benefits a community within the target area.
Well, that's addressing a specific problem that is really big for me, that is not happening here, and that way. So it would
Okay.
be really hard to address it here.
Let's talk afterwards, and we can get into specifics. Okay? All right. Thanks. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, another question. What is the team leader responsible for asking for? Team leader has to ask for something specific for your team.
The live plan account.
Good job. Okay?
Can I do
Double question. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions about how you're putting this all together, what you need to do? Any questions about, where your business is located? Okay. This last question is, who is it that you were able to get a screenshot of his QR code for mentoring? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so what we'd like to do now, we have half an hour here. We have Elder Wadman here. We have members of my team. We have Aiden Elmer here. We have Enku in the back there. And, okay, good. And then Briggs, can I call on you as well? Okay, and we have Elder Walker in the back there. I would encourage you and myself, come talk to us. Let's spend some time talking about your business specifically and what questions you may have or ideas that you have, and let us help you just give a little bit of clarity around that or anything else about the competition that you have. Okay, so this doesn't have to be by mics. We're going to come down into the crowd and you can, or move to where they are. Good? Awesome.
So I'm Irish Celine Yonke Gonzalez. I'm a sophomore student from the Philippines, and I'm joining Empower Your Dreams the second time.
What's your major?
I'm majoring in graphic design and minoring in psychology and marketing.
So nothing related to business.
Marketing.
Oh, marketing. Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Why did you participate in Empower Your Dreams last year?
Last year. So I participated in Empower Your Dreams the last year because I was interested in the program of the Willis Center and how it empowers the business enthusiasts like me wanting to become a business owner in the future. But at the same time, I saw how this opportunity to help my home country. So last year when we joined, we were advocating the use of hydroponics technology inside the homes. So it'll be helpful for individuals staying at home with small space, not living in the countryside, people living in the city, and to produce their own food and don't need to go in the store to buy some food.
Okay, that's awesome. So, could you talk about your business idea? What business idea are you participating in?
Okay, so this year, me and my husband is participating in the Empower Your Dreams competition, and we are looking forward to still support my country and especially the people who are in the urban areas, the rural areas. So we have some concerns with wastes and how it affects the people in that area. So we want to help them have their own money, have their own income, while at the same time us, the business owners or the one who established this business, will gain from it. It will focus more on helping the environment, helping the people have income, and also provide satisfaction to the customers who will purchase our product in the future. So watch out for our product.
Okay, awesome. And while you go study school here, how can you run your business while you study here?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. That's one of the concerns that we have faced so far because first of all, we're not allowed to establish a business in the United States since we're international students. So the only way we can start it is back to our home country where we are allowed. But the thing is, who are the people who we can trust back home? So we started communicating with our local government units and our parents, our family back home. And once we establish a good like this business is really realistic, it would happen, and we receive funding, we would start. But even though we didn't have funding for the last time, we started from the scratch because our product doesn't need any expensive items, just something you can see from the surroundings.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much for taking
Thank
time
you,
to
thank you.
join us. Thank you.
Aloha, my name is Mutia and I'm from Indonesia. This is my senior year and I'm majoring in communications.
So, have you participated in Power Your Dreams before? Or is
Uh,
it your first time?
This is gonna be my first time participating in Power Your Dream. I went to last year's event and it really interested because there are a lot of things that people can share and then I have a lot of ideas that probably I need to execute.
So, could you tell us about your business idea if you feel okay with that?
Okay, sure. So my business idea will be about something, sorry, I'm gonna repeat again. So my business idea will be something related to the culture, and I personally love to perform, and this is something that I would like to bring up. If I go back to my country, there are a lot of things that we can expand more than what we have right now. So if I am solid with this idea, I can sell this business to anyone, and then we can embrace our culture at the same time bring something that we learned here at the Brigham Young University, Hawaii.
So, what would you tell like other students who doesn't know anything about this competition? What would you tell them?
Okay, so if you consider to join the competition, come to the events, including all the preparations, talking to the mentors. But if you still have no idea what it is all about, you can do a little research or just come to the semi-final, the presentations. Perhaps you're gonna do it like next year.
Thank you so much for your taking time.
Thank you.